African Focus Show.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. So before our break, we were going to, talk about Serena Williams and this body image and criticism over her body image after her win. But we want to start with the video, and then we'll, dissect that.
Serena Williams is good at tennis. Really good. She's won the French Open, the US Open, the WTA Tour Championship, and Olympic golds. And a lot of people say she's the best female player of all time. But for her entire career, she's been followed by a dark cloud of racism and sexism.
The first instance a lot of fans will remember was the 2001 tournament in Indian Wells, California. And Serena and her sister Venus were booed by fans who accused them of match fixing.
Keep in mind that tennis fans are typically well-behaved. And then, according to the Williams family, things got worse. Serena said she heard people shouting the N-word, and then she heard someone tell her to go back to Compton.
What's crazy is that even after that first incident, these comments didn't stop.
And it's not just racial slurs. A lot of the language used to praise Williams' skill is also based in racial stereotypes.
Example. Peter Larkins, a sports doctor in Australia, tried to explain Williams' win by saying, "It's the African American race. They just have this huge gluteal strength. With Serena, that's her physique and genetics."
She's had to deal with a ton of bizarre scrutiny of her body that taps into the politics of racism and sexism. For some commentators, that has meant stripping her of her femininity. The president of the Russian Tennis Federation infamously called the Williams sisters brothers.
Братьев Williams.
Others have sexualized her body. One writer decided he should comment on the size of her breasts. Another said that her butt was bigger than he preferred. There was even this incident in 2012 where Danish tennis player Caroline Wozniacki mocked Williams' body by stuffing her top and tennis skirt with towels at an exhibition match.
People have also linked her sexualization to that of a woman who was called the Hottentot Venus. Her name was Sarah Bartman, and she was an African woman who was put on display basically as a freak show exhibit for Europeans.
Unlike most other tennis stars, Williams' incredible career has been surrounded by racism and sexism, and that's why her wins often feel like victories over these things as much as over her opponents.
Thank Vox for that video, and it's really disturbing, actually. And as a black woman, as an African woman, it really makes me feel some type of way when our bodies are criticized like this, and it's hard to understand how people could be so ignorant, right? These are journalists, these are people that should know better, and they think it's funny. It's like it's fun and games to criticize somebody over their body. And I think, at the end of the day, people feel threatened by Serena. She is one of our athletic heroes. She has accomplished so much, and I think it's just really sad. And on Twitter, I just want to read some of the comments that people had to say about her. There were things like, "You might as well just bang a gorilla if you're going to bang Serena Williams." Someone said, Serena Williams looks like a gorilla. Serena Williams is half man, half gorilla. I'm sure of it. My God, Serena Williams is ugly. She's built like a silverbacked gorilla. It's like, can you guys be maybe more creative at this point? It's like, really? What do you feel?
I mean, ever since the whole situation, it's very confusing, and I've been very shocked. Till today, I'm very shocked. I'm still shocked, because here is someone who literally started from the bottom. Her coach is not a millionaire, was never a millionaire. Her father taught himself the sport in order to be able to coach his two daughters. So it's not like everything was handed to her or her sister in a platter of gold or even silver. She didn't grow up with a silver spoon in her mouth. This is a young woman who worked hard. all her entire life.
Yeah.
Even she mentioned that she never works on her arms. People say that she's built like a man, but the lady is just, I believe she's just sick and tired of being sick and tired of constantly defending herself and her body. But it takes away, people always talk about, oh, women power, women rights. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What is women power?
It's like, okay, well, where are
about?
those feminists
Where
that
are they?
promoting this women's rights and, where are they? Why are they not standing up for Serena
I have no
Williams?
idea, because obviously there's this thing going on Facebook called white women do it best.
Really? And how so? how do they do it
And
best?
this whole thing started after her win. So they're like, oh, white women do it best. This is how athlete's body is supposed to look. This is American standards. If you don't like it, go back to Africa. Why are people complaining about Bruce Jenner being Caitlyn when obviously there is a man pretending to be a woman playing on the court? Just so many nasty, disgusting things. And then the black people, African American community struck back.
Yeah.
Literally just making mockery of all these. They're like,
Oh, yeah, Black Twitter will get you.
Black
They don't
Twitter
play.
will definitely tweet you black, you know?
They will get you,
They
okay?
would definitely get you, because it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, Noma, it's disheartening.
It's crazy. And, back to what you were saying as far as, the other athletes saying, well, this is how you're supposed to look. New York Times went under fire because they put out this article essentially condemning Serena Williams for her, her physique. They had these athletes, female athletes, tennis players, all talking about how, we could look as buff or muscular, but we choose not to. Basically trying to say, well, yeah, because we want to look good. You're not feminine when you're muscular, or she's like, as if she's less than.
The crazy thing is
It's
this.
like crazy.
Technically, the more muscle you have, the less flexible you're supposed to be. And you don't move as quickly or as swiftly. But here is a lady busting the splits just to hit a racket. So, I mean, what are you talking about? Can we get real for half a second?
It's, haters. It's like it's like,
they
here's
do what
this
they do
woman,
best.
she's incredible, and she can't even get the credit for what she's doing.
I want to be her when I grow up in my dreams.
Steroids. It's like, why can't she just be talented? It's like, whenever an African or a black person does anything good, it's like there has to be some other reason why. Why can't you just be good?
You know why? This is the answer.
It's like crazy.
In this country, for instance, most especially in this country and other European nations, a Caucasian can be promoted by just simply performing on a mediocre level. But if you're African American or if you're African, you are going to have to you're gymnast.
Yeah.
You just have to double over, round off, do all kinds of crazy things to even get the opportunity to be recommended.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about being chosen for the job.
Yeah. And then when you're chosen, what happens? You're like under this microscope. It's really an unfair It's like,
it's unfair.
It's
but
so
the reason why
unfair.
Serena is now being, she's on screen is because this is a sport. This is a national sport. So there are cameras everywhere. You cannot hide her talent. It's like what they say, you bring a little lamp into a dark room is bound to show.
And you know what? I think
that's it.
It just shows how great she is that they have to bring her to some level of like, why are we even talking about her body? Like, why is that even an issue?
Why? You're jealous because no matter how much you sunbathe, you can never, ever be like her. Yes, you stuff your breasts and you stuff your buttocks, but honey, there's a difference between implants and the real stuff, okay?
Yeah, and I like what Common, her ex said, because they came for him.
Common.
I guess they thought they might get something out of him.
They thought we might just call you homosexual.
Right. But he said, you know what, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, thank God for the body he gave her, because that's what has got her where she is. And it's beautiful. And I'm sorry, we are built, we come in all shapes and sizes. Some of us are skinny, some of us are curvy, some of us we come all shapes and sizes, but we are beautiful. At the end of the day, we are beautiful. So if these feminine, women's rights want to say, we should embrace our bodies, well, yeah, we're embracing our bodies, and Serena is embracing her body, and
Noma,
she looks beautiful.
Here's the funny thing. Everybody is talking about Caitlyn. How Caitlyn has the right to be this. How Caitlyn has the right to do this and feel this and to be called a woman as opposed to a man. How Caitlyn has the right to be who she's always dreamt of being. Why can't Serena Williams have that same right? Because technically she didn't have to go through any surgery. This is who she's been from birth and who she accepted. So why then is there not a community behind her supporting her, being as outspoken, giving her that courageous award? I'm sorry, there are firefighters there. There are people still in war. There are nurses out there, giving their lives to save lives on a daily basis, but they're not courageous? But you wake up and you're like, I woke up like this. I'm supposed to be a woman. Like, I don't understand that. So I feel like there is this, they always talk about double standards. Oh, yeah. I believe that that's definitely in place.
Double, triple, quadruple.
When it comes to there are racial things. So, my thing is that African American people, they always complain about not having equal rights. They always complain about being dehumanized and not getting enough attention. But the most they're doing is just going on Facebook and saying, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, Serena Williams is beautiful. That's all they're doing, just on social media. Where are those voices that come out, because they only do it when they want to get famous? That's the only time they do it. You didn't hear about them when, Serena Williams, this is not the first time, it's the first time.
This has been going on. This is something that has been going on throughout her career.
Even with the whole India situation. I mean, they are as black, even blacker than her. So why are they not even supporting her? Say, baby, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. Your body is a body of a goddess. Go on. It's just hatred.
It just goes back to history, women of color, black women, African women, we've just been put on this position where for some reason we're just not women, it's like either we're over-sexualized or we're made to be, these unattractive figures, in society. And I think it's really sad. I think it's old. I think, something has to change. And at the end of the day, it's about knowing who we are, and saying it doesn't matter what you think about us because we know we're beautiful, Really, secretly, they know we're beautiful too.
They know, because if you didn't think I was beautiful, you would not be wishing I was your wife.
Right. So they know we're beautiful, so we're just gonna cut the crap and
just hit it. It's okay.
Dead this issue.
It's okay.
It's old. It's getting really old.
Just tell her she's beautiful. Tell her she's awesome. Tell her she's strong. She's powerful.
Yeah.
That she's a motivator. Tell her I want to be you when I grow up, except my parents are not black. Tell her that. It's that simple. I want to have your breasts and have them be real and feel everything I'm supposed to feel on my breasts. But I can't because they're not real.
They're not real.
I wish I can do enough squats to get your butt, but I can't because, you're just awesome.
Yeah. I mean, they love it. They love the lips. They love the butt. They love the curves.
If I could marry 1,000 wives,
the funny thing
there's no need. I'll have her.
The funny thing is, these curves that they are criticizing, people go out and spend money. They will die for those, Like, plastic surgeons are making millions of dollars because people want what she has. So they need to
those
cut the
plastic
crap. They wish they had
nothing
it,
but the devil's third cousins. So they can do whatever they want to do.
I can't
say whatever.
But I love her.
You can't dim a girl that's shining from heaven. I mean, her star is right up there. If you want to take it down, go on up. Undeniable. So. She's awesome. Let's rock her.
We love you, Serena Williams.
We love you. I love you. I want to be you when I grow up.
You make us black girls,
in the
brown
next
girls
life,
proud.
but still as African, as Igbo.
So you know what? The show just goes by so fast. It's already, time for us to leave you.
Yeah.
We hate it every time. Wish we could be with you every single day. But we want to thank our sponsors as usual: Arik Airlines, MoneyGram International, and Ethiopian Airlines. Without them, we would not be here. And finally, I want to thank you, Chinua, for being on our show. We love you. Every time you come on the show, you are totes fun.
Oh, amazing.
We want to, lots of love to our technician, Paulina. She's the best.
She's awesome. She has my music on the spot every time.
She does have the music. She knows it. She's like, she knows what to play. We want to thank our guests also, Tiffany and her mom, Ujay. We loved having them, and this is what we're all about. Promoting creativity, and we love to see young people pursuing their dreams, so
We do.
much love to them and success. And we want to thank our executive producer, Uchenna Norgu. He is, the one who makes this all possible.
Happen.
So, we love him, and we have lots of respect for what he does in our community, and much love to the entire team at African Focus. So thank you for joining us.
And please, Eric, hook me up with some free tickets to fly to Nigeria.
You heard
Business
it.
class.
You can check us out on Facebook.com/African Focus Show. And on our new YouTube page, just search African Focus Show. We have all our past shows, lots of, fun clips, and, you can check us out. So don't forget to do that. And we will see you next week, every Saturday from noon until 1. We are right here. The African Focus Show. We love you. We're signing off.
Signing off.
Be well, be blessed, and be back
Thank
next
God.
week. We love you.
We love you.
African Focus. African Focus Show.
Napoli, Tate, Italy,